Good. So good morning, guys. We're live again. On another series of our podcast, we talk to a shoemaker on ABC shoes. So today we are live with Professional Tom. You understand when you talk about, or you talk about Chelsea boots, or you talk about loafers, or you talk about ankle boots. We give it up for Professor Tom. So, sir, can we get to meet you, sir? Yeah. What's the name, sir?
Hello, good day to us all. My name is Thomas Mintela.
Okay.
I'm from Jos.
Okay.
And I'm a shoemaker.
Okay.
And I'm passionate about it.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, sir, Mr. Tom. So, sir, what's your first motivation into the world of shoemaking, sir?
Well, I never had that passion for it.
Okay.
But I was just perplexed by the concept of handmade shoes.
Wow.
You understand? Then I never knew that there are people that sit down to make shoes with their hands. I thought it was mostly palms, slippers that was done.
Yeah.
So when I first saw people making covered shoes, I was overwhelmed.
Wow.
I was overwhelmed.
Wow. So the act of seeing, just by seeing people doing it, like something that you didn't even expect, like people do, you just get to see it and you're just overwhelmed by it.
Yes,
that was
fell
what
in love with
pushed.
the craft.
Wow, that's amazing, sir. So how long have you been doing this, sir?
Yeah, I started 2018, ending 2018.
Wow, that's like 10 or maybe 9 to 10 years now. That's amazing, sir.
Yes.
All right, sir. So what was your first shoe that you ever made? Like, what was the first shoe that you ever made, sir?
Well, then the most conversant shoe that was trending then was Brooks.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first pair you made was Brooks. So how does it feel? What was your experience? Like, what was the feeling that you make a shoe for yourself? Like, how does it feel?
Well, there's that confidence that you have even when you wear the shoes and you walk around and people tell you that, are you the one that really made this? And then you confidently tell them that indeed I am the one. That's my craft.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sorry, sir. Sometimes you want to do something, there are voices of discouragement. Were there any of such? Maybe your family's begging to say, why do you want to be a shoemaker, or why do you want to do this? Were there people that discourage you from being a shoemaker that you are today, sir?
Well, I never had that discouragement.
Okay.
I was rather encouraged.
Wow.
Because based on what is going on around the society, you'll find out that there are a lot of graduates out of school without job, nothing.
Wow.
And I too am a graduate, so I can tell you that indeed handwork is important.
Wow. Handwork
is very, very important. So I was never discouraged.
Wow.
I was encouraged a lot.
Wow. So big shout out to people that encourage you, understand?
Yeah.
So we have this common saying in the society now that school na scam. In the normal Nigerian language, school na scam. Do you still believe that school is scam based on the fact that you are a shoemaker, you can make shoes for yourself? Do you think there's a bridge between education, formal education, and shoemaking, sir?
Well, I think the collective knowledge of school and handwork will build you to become a more better person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because without the school, then definitely you might land yourself into trouble in the street. And then without the handwork, then you won't have something to sustain you.
Yeah, exactly. That is I think if you want to balance it now, like the high cost, maybe the high level or high rate of unemployment in the society now, country or the part of the world we find ourselves, it's better to say that you have a handwork and also have formal education, right?
Yes.
Wow, thank you. So out there that is saying spoon and scam or handwork is waste of time. This is Mr. Thomas telling you guys that education and shoemaking can go hand in hand. So sir, please, for someone that is thinking of joining shoemaking as a skill and also as a business, do you feel like the person should join just like that, or it's also okay that someone should also have a brief or maybe a forensic investigation? Let's say like you haven't get to study what you want to go into first before you join, or some people just join the work, they don't have any background research about it. Do you think such person can progress or prosper in the work of shoemaking without you getting to know the basics or how to go about the business of shoemaking? Do you think such person just having the skill, is it enough to succeed in the business of shoemaking, sir?
Wow, really, you said a lot.
Yeah.
You said a lot. Okay, first of all, I would say you need to have passion for what you do. You need to fall in love with your business, because when you don't fall in love with your business, you won't have that enthusiasm that on a daily basis, whether the business is good the previous day or not, you should get up from your bed and come to work.
Wow,
So you should fall in love with your
you have to be passionate. Then you go into, so it should be passion driven, right?
Yes.
That okay, that is amazing. So last question, sir. Last question I want to ask you. The world of today, you understand, is more of internet or digital world. So how can we blend or how can we fit in craft and internet of today? Like how can what can you say about having to use the internet to also push the craft of shoemaking forward, sir?
Well, internet makes life easy for us, and that is why you get to communicate with people that are further away from you way better than it was in the time of the old. And so it will serve as a means of boosting your own business for you, getting to in touch with people that are outside Plateau State, that are in other regions of the country, and even beyond Nigeria.
Wow. So one can be a successful shoemaker with the world of internet today.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for granting this podcast or this interview. We hope to see you again on our podcast. And so say bye bye to our.
So have a lovely day.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, Mr. Thomas.